Alrighty. Good evening, good evening, good evening to all pro wrestling fans of all shapes and sizes from all around the world. Welcome to another live pro wrestling talk in my Carolina Panthers gear. Brought to you by Blitzball Champ Gaming. My name is Blitzball Champ Jason Ingram. It is Sunday evening, November 9th of 2025. Hope everybody's had a great weekend. Hope everybody's doing well. I know the Carolina Panthers lost earlier, which was a bummer, but it is what it is. Time to switch gears and focus on some pro wrestling. Got quite a lot to talk about. First off, I'm going to give my review on TJPW's All Rise 25. I'm going to review that. Then I'm going to talk about some pro wrestling tournament updates. We got a couple of tournaments going on. For example, the Noah Junior Grand Prix. I'm going to go over the standings of that. The 15th Goddesses of Stardom Tag League. The AEW Women's Tag Team Championship Tournament, and the ROH Women's Pure Championship Tournament. Just going to give some updates there. And then I'm going to finish off talking about the unfortunate announcement from DPW, Deadlock Pro Wrestling, that after their 4th anniversary show next month in December, they will be going on a hiatus. They're going to do one more show in Japan next year, but then they're going on a hiatus for the foreseeable future. So definitely got a lot of thoughts that I definitely want to give on that. But first off, let's talk TJPW, Tokyo Joshi Pro Wrestling. First up, got TJPW All Rise 25, which took place earlier today, November 9th. This was at Corcoran Hall. They have an announced attendance of 730, which I thought there was much more than that, but oh well. But yeah, this was at Corcoran Hall. And it was quite a decent show. It went by kind of quick, to be honest with you. It did go by kind of quick. But had a handful of matches. Had 4 title matches. So let's go ahead and let's get started. Let me get my graphics out. Alrighty. Oh. Okay, here we go. First match. Now, we had a change with this first match. So we had an 8-woman tag match. So team number 1 was originally supposed to be Rika Tatsumi, Kira Summer, Chika Nanase, and Ren Konatsu. But Kira Summer was absent for the show, so therefore she had a replacement partner, which ended up being Ryo Mizunami. And they took on the team of Kakeru, Sekiguchi, Hyper Misao, Mifu, Ashida, and Mahiro, Kiryu. This was quite an entertaining match, considering the bell rang after everybody except Ryo Mizunami got to the ring. So they rung the bell late, and then a couple of, like maybe a minute or two afterwards, that's when Ryo Mizunami's music hit. She made her entrance, took her sweet time while her team was getting beat up, took her sweet time, making her entrance. But, I mean, that was the funny part. But, match lasted 14 minutes, 49 seconds. So, had a good time. Had a really good time. But, yeah, Ryo Mizunami, what she got into the match, definitely got going. And, both teams went back and forth. I really liked seeing Mifu Ashida get her cheers on as her partners had the other team at bay before Ryo Mizunami really got going. So I thought that was pretty cool. But this was overall pretty entertaining match. And, for it being the opening match, it got a good amount of time. But it would be the White Dragon, Rika Tatsumi, to get the victory for her team as she hit Mifu Ashida with a twist of fate and then pinned her for the 1-2-3. So the team of Rika Tatsumi, Ryo Mizunami, Chika Nanase, and Ren Konatsu, your winners in the opening match. But good, entertaining match to start the show off. Alrighty. Let's go to our next match. Alright, next up we had a 4-way tag team match that was under Tornado rules. So, tag team Tornado rules. You had the team of the Popping Sugar Rabbit Mizuki and Suzume versus the team of the Pink Striker Miyu Yamashita and Kaya Toribami versus the team of the Burning Venus Yuki Aino and Haru Kazashiro versus Raku and Palm Harajuku. Another fun, entertaining match. I really like Palm Harajuku with the orange hair. She looked really cool with the orange hair. Match lasted 11 minutes, 9 seconds. Overall, nothing too crazy special with this match. Definitely did what it needed to. It was pretty chaotic, being that it was Tornado rules. But otherwise, nothing crazy special with this match. Ricardo, welcome to the stream. Says, All Rise was a very fun show. Really enjoyed the main event, and I would argue that Miyu Watanabe is pound for pound the strongest female wrestler right now. Hey, that's a good argument. That's a really good argument. But, yeah, definitely was very enjoyable. But yeah, this match would see Suzume get the victory for her and Mizuki as she hit Haru Kazashiro with a ring a bell and then pinned her for the 1-2-3. So the bee and the rabbit, the sugar rabbit, pick up the victory in this 4-way tag team match. Let's see. But yeah, that was a little over 11 minutes. Alright. Let's go to our next match. Alrighty. Had a tag team match where we had Lady Destroyer, Hiroyo Matsumoto, teaming up once again with Yuki Arai to take on Hotshot, made up of Toga and Yuna Manase. Of course, it's always good to see Yuna Manase back in a Tej ring, a promotion she's very familiar with. Match lasted just under 12 and a half minutes. It was a great back and forth. I definitely loved the back and forth between Yuna and Hiroyo, two of the, power fighters in that match. They definitely went at it. And it was very enjoyable. I do like Hotshot. They definitely got something good going there with Toga and Yuna Manase, which part of me kind of is hoping that they will be in the Futariwa Princess tournament. So, yeah, I just hope that, they'll continue to team up going forward, because I do like what they have there. But it would be Hiroyo Matsumoto, Lady Destroyer, that would pick up the victory hitting Toga with a rock drop, and then pinning her for the 1-2-3. Hiroyo is now 2-0 since wrestling in TJPW. 2-0 as her and Yuki Arai pick up the victory. Good match. Good match. Like I said, just under 12 and a half minutes. Furious, welcome to the stream. Says, this show was fun. I don't know. I'm just not as invested into TJPW as I once was. The wrestling is amazing, but I'm not hyped like I once was. Interesting. Is there anything in particular that, is causing that? Or just, are there certain things that you would like to see more of? Like, feel free to elaborate. Okay, let's go to our next match. We're going to get some title matches. Remember, there were 4 title matches for this show. Definitely pretty loaded. But let's get to it. First championship match, which was for a non-TJ title. Alright. You have the MLW World Women's Featherweight Championship on the line. As the champion, the big kaiju Shoko Nakajima defends against Viva Van. A very solid match between both these ladies. This match went just almost 13 minutes. It was 12 minutes, 58 seconds. But I have to say, Viva Van definitely brought her A-game to this match. She really took it to the big kaiju. Put up an excellent fight. And definitely had Shoko Nakajima where she wanted her for a good portion of this match. I mean, of course, the champion eventually found her second win, but it was a great back and forth showdown between both of these ladies. But it would eventually be the big kaiju Shoko Nakajima hitting the diving senton off the top turnbuckle onto Viva Van and then pinning her for the 1-2-3 to retain the MLW World Women's Featherweight Championship. So another successful defense for Shoko Nakajima, but great sign of sportsmanship after the match between her and Viva Van. Solid match. Very solid match. But yeah, it's one more victory for the big kaiju. Alright, let's go to the next match. Now we're going to get into the TJPW championship matches. First off, alrighty, we had the International Princess Championship on the line as the champion, Aris Endo, defended against the Next Generation 25 Rookie Tournament winner herself from the Up Girls, Uta Takami. I gotta keep it real with y'all. Uta Takami, she put up a good fight. And she definitely showed why she ended up winning this year's rookie tournament. I'm just saying. She put up an excellent fight against Aris Endo. Like, this was a great match. Went 11 minutes, 15 seconds, but Uta definitely showed a lot of fighting spirit, and she's only getting better and better in that ring. Ricardo says, from the looks of things, I see Shotzi Blackheart being the one to take the MLW World Women's Featherweight title from Shoko Nakajima. Oh, okay. That's your prediction? Could happen. Furious says, for one, I think Miyu got a second run too soon. She's a great champion. I love her, but I feel like she just lost it. Well, you got to remember, she lost it at the beginning of the year. And then she won it back at Wrestle Princess in September. I get the arc that they were going for in doing that. I do get the arc. But you have to admit that at least this time around, Mizuki had a much better reign than her first reign. You know what I mean? So I'm okay with it, being that I see the arc that they were going. with this, but I'm cool with it. Because I definitely believe Mizuki got a much better reign than her second reign with the Princess of Princess title. But nah, I feel you. And I have to say, Uta Takami really tried to wear down Arisa Endo with that koala clutch, and she came close. She came close. But Arisa Endo was able to eventually submit Uta Takami with the camel clutch. She fought for as long as she could, but was not enough. Gave up. And Arisa Endo gets the submission victory to retain the International Princess Championship. But like I said, a great fight put up by Uta Takami. She's only going to continue to get better. Furious says, another reason is I can never catch these shows live anymore. I most enjoy TJPW when I can watch it live, but due to my schedule, I can't anymore. Ah, I see. Yeah, I usually catch some of them live, but if not, I'll usually check out the archives. But thankfully, they're a lot more. I can catch them live a lot more consistently than Stardom because, you know, TJ, they tend to do their lives at a time where I can catch them early. Like a little early at night before it gets too late. Whereas Stardom is usually like 2, 3 in the morning. But understandable. But yeah, Arisa Endo with a successful title defense of the blue belt. 1 second. Okay. Alrighty, let's continue with our next championship match. Here we go. Alrighty, we had the Princess Tag Team Championships on the line. As the champions, Uber Eats of the Casual Beauty, Yuki Kamifuku, and Wakana Uehara, defending against the team of Himawari and Shino Suzuki, which apparently together they're known as the Bumping Grifters or something like that. Like, I don't even know what the heck that means. But yeah, this was a good match. This was a really good match. Went a little over 16 and a half minutes, so this actually got a good solid amount of time. And you know, I have to say, Shino Suzuki and Himawari, they're a pretty decent tag team together. They put up an excellent fight. But I have to say, Wakana Uehara and Yuki Kamifuku, Uber Eats, that is like the perfect pairing. That is the perfect pairing. I mean, I like that pairing more than I like Toyo Mates. So, I hope that Uber Eats continues to be booked strong. And, you know, it's been working out really well for them. I mean, this is Kamiyu's first tag team title reign. And this is Wakana's first championship reign, period. So, I really hope they make this count. But a solid performance from all four of these ladies, and it would be Wakana picking up the victory for her team, planting Shino Suzuki with that beautifully devastating sushi tornado, pinning her for the 1, 2, 3. Uber Eats, still your Princess Tag Team Champions, and I'm very curious to see how things are going to go in preparation for the Futariwa Max Heart tag tournament. Would love to see what type of teams they have that could potentially be a threat to Uber Eats. So, definitely looking forward to that. And then the main event of TJPW All Rise 25 comes down to the Princess of Princess Championship. As the champion, Miyu Watanabe defended against J-Rod. I really loved the beginning of this match where J-Rod, and Miyu Watanabe were kind of flexing at each other. So I thought that was pretty cool to see. This match, just barely under 13 minutes. Definitely back and forth between both ladies. And J-Rod, she did good. And definitely, hey, it'd be cool if Teach continues to book her more, maybe a little mini excursion. I think definitely they like having J-Rod there, and she looked good in the main event. Definitely looked solid in the main event. Pretty much marked out when Miyu Watanabe hit the giant swing on J-Rod, so I thought that was really cool. But this was a great back and forth match, and like I said, J-Rod definitely looked threatening in this match. But Miyu Watanabe continues to showcase her dominance and was able to make it count, as she was able to eventually put away J-Rod, hitting her with a teardrop and then pinning her for the 1-2-3. And Miyu Watanabe of the Up Girls, still your Princess of Princess champion. And then afterwards, she got on the mic, said some words, and then Suzume comes out, and we now know our next challenger for the Princess of Princess champion. And it will be Suzume taking on Miyu Watanabe, and it will happen at the very first TJPW show of 2026. That's right. Tokyo Joshi Pro Wrestling 26 at Korakuen Hall. This was the same show that I went to this year back in January. But yeah, January 4th, which of course we already know in advance we're going to get Shoko Nakajima versus Hyper Misao like we always do. But now we know our Princess of Princess Championship match will be Miyu Watanabe versus Suzume. And if y'all remember, earlier this year, same time, January 4th, Suzume dethroned Yuki Arai to win the International Princess Championship. Could lightning strike twice next year and Suzume do a repeat, but this time with the Princess of Princess Championship? I don't know. But we'll have to wait and see. We got a little while to go, and I mean, I do hope that they do have Miyu Watanabe get another challenger sometime in December, or at least one more challenger before the show. But at least we know Suzume has her shot in January. So, looking forward to that. Ricardo says, I'm making a bold prediction and picking Yuki Arai to be the one to take the Princess of Princess title from Watanabe whenever they decide to run that encounter. Well, I mean, who knows? I think Miyu will probably at least hold on to the title, probably at least up to maybe Summer Sun Princess. I don't think she loses it at Grand Princess. I think she'll at least keep it until maybe Summer Sun Princess next year, but we'll see. Furious says, I am hyped for TJPW coming to Texas next year, though. I'm going to get another front row seat, and Rika better be there this time. I think she'll be there this time, or at least here's hoping. Man, I hope Suzume wins. I mean, I know she won't, but it'll be a fun time. Miyu just seems unbeatable now, like how Yamashita used to feel like. Well, I mean, I don't know about unbeatable. Because you got to also remember, I understand that, she won the Tokyo Princess Cup and, earned this opportunity and whatnot. But, She wasn't always the champion, that's for sure. And, it took a while. And, I mean, at the same time, they got to start building up some of these ladies. And, Miyu Watanabe being one, Suzume being another, Yuki Arai. I mean, because you got to think. It's also kind of a way that they can really start honing in on building up these other stars so that they'll be ready for when all of the pillars of Teach are gone. You know what I mean? Because I'm pretty sure Rika Tatsumi's not going to be here forever. Miyu Yamashita, at some point, same thing. Shoko Nakajima, at some point, same thing. So, they got to really start building up some of these other ladies. Like, I would like to see, me personally, I would like to see Yuki Aino get at least one either International Princess or Princess of Princess title run. I hope she gets at least one or the other, or both of those. Because Yuki Aino's been around for a long time. Kamiyu, Yuki Kamifuku, she's one belt away from Grand Slam. Suzume's one belt away from Grand Slam. Who else? Aris Endo's one belt away from Grand Slam. Miyu Yamashita's one belt away from Grand Slam. Let's see. Who else? Oh, Shoko Nakajima is one belt away from Grand Slam. That's all I know off the top of my head. Fury says, I know Rika isn't, and on that day I will cry. Oh, I gotta be confident. Gotta be confident. I think she'll be on the tour this time. Gotta be confident. But, and now that I think about it, I'm trying to see, you know what? Let me go to Wrestle Universe right quick and see what Teja's schedule is coming up. So, they got TJPW Inspiration on November 19th. They got the Christmas show on the 21st of December. And then TJPW year-end party on December 26th. So, that's what they have upcoming as far as what's scheduled to stream live for TJPW. Oh yeah, Uta Takami has a hometown show on November 25th. Oh yeah, TJPW's doing let's see. So they got a couple of different on-demand shows. So Uta Takami's hometown show, that's on demand. The TJPW Organizing Festival 2-parter, that's on demand. Step Forward 25. And then the Christmas and year-end party, those will be live. And the year-end party will be at Shinjuku Face. Oh, interesting. Ricardo says, Himawari is one who I would love to see win a title next year. Would be nice. I love Himawari. Himawari rocks. Furious says, I would like to see Aino be champion at least once. She deserves it and is often overlooked by people. And I meant when Rika retires. Oh, when Rika Tatsumi retires. Well, I mean... Rika Tatsumi, let me see. Well, she'll be 35 this... or no, she's 34. So she'll be 35 next year. I mean, I don't know. Well, she's only wrestled for DDT and TJPW, so, or at least that's where she's been mainly assigned to. But you know, I think she'll be around for a while. Like, I'd say at least 2 more years. I could see Rika staying for at least 2 more years. Mei Suruga versus Azubi was a fun match from the Emi Sakura 30th anniversary show that Choco Pro did. Yes, indeed. Which, congratulations to Emi Sakura. 30 years, that's a long time. It's a long, long time. Yes, indeed. Let's see. Okay. So, still a lot to look forward to with TJPW. Okay. Now, let's get into some pro wrestling tournament updates. So, gonna start with Pro Wrestling Noah first, as Noah started the Noah Junior Grand Prix 2025. So the first round has begun. They've already done 4 matches. So let's actually take a look at wait a minute. No, they did more than 4 matches. Hold up. That's right, because they did, they had matches today. That's right. One second. It didn't save my update. One second, y'all. I'm so sorry. It didn't save my update. Bear with me. One second. Because it did not save my update. That's the only thing with using the editor on Windows. Let's see. But they just finished the first round. So they did 2 dates for the first round. It was November the 8th and November the 9th. Like, they did 4 matches on the 8th and 4 matches on the 9th. So that's how they did that. Let me see. Okay, there we go. Okay, sorry about that. Let's look at the current standings. This is after round 1. Here we go. Alrighty, so a very interesting first round of this tournament. Oh man. So I'm actually I'm happy and a little bit bummed at the same time with some of these results. But let's see. Starting with the matches that were on November 8th, we had Hiromu Takahashi defeat Daiki Odashima, but Odashima put up a really good fight. He put up a really good fight and, took Hiromu to his limit. which was kind of a surprise. But then again, they got to make him look strong considering he is one half of the current GHC Junior Heavyweight Tag Team Champions with Daga. But yeah, Hiromu was able to defeat Daiki Otoshima to advance to the second round. My man, Ninja Mac, who had an excellent showdown with Alejandro. That match was a lot of fun. But Ninja Mac returning to Noah and picking up the victory, defeating Alejandro to advance to the next round. You had a really, really quick match with Shuji Kondo just pretty much squashing Black Mansoure. I mean, he went in, got the victory, and then just walked out. It was crazy. But Shuji Kondo advances to the second round. And then, although I do like Junta Miyawaki, I'm actually not surprised that Kai Fujimura defeated him. Because he got revenge. I mean, Junta Miyawaki beat him the previous time. So Kai Fujimura got payback and knocked him out of the tournament first round to advance to the second round. And then the matches on November 9th, Ita defeating Hajime Ohara. Not surprised, but I'm really kind of bummed because I like Hajime Ohara, and I was kind of hoping that he would eventually, get more opportunities and would really improve. But I mean, going up against former GHC Junior Heavyweight Champion Ita, I'm not surprised at this outcome. Hayata defeating Yuto Kikuchi, not surprised there. Thankfully, my main man, Amakusa, defeated Jun Masaoka. Amakusa is one of my faves in Pro Wrestling Noah, especially when it comes to the junior division. And then I was really hoping that Daga would defeat Tadasuke, but I mean they gotta make Team 2000X strong, and some of the members. So Tadasuke knocked out Daga in the first round. I was so bummed about that. Ricardo says Ninja Mac versus Hiromu Takahashi will be a fun second round match in the junior tournament for Pro Wrestling Noah. I agree, and we'll have to wait a little while before they get the quarterfinals going. But let's take a look at these quarterfinal matchups. These are some really interesting matchups. So let's see. I have to say, so far, my two favorite matches from the first round. Well, actually, no, I have three. Definitely Hiromu versus Daiki Otoshima, Ninja Mac versus Alejandro, and Amakusa versus Jun Masaoka. Those were my three favorites in the first round. Now, this quarterfinals matchup, I mean, Hiromu Takahashi versus Ninja Mac. I mean, on just by default, I have a feeling that could be the top match of the quarterfinals. And I would love to see Ninja Mac upset Hiromu, but I got a bad feeling Hiromu is probably going to make it at least to the semifinals. Because you got to remember, Hiromu Takahashi is the current GHC Junior Heavyweight Champion. So, I think he's probably going to at least make it to the semis. But I am rooting hard for Ninja Mac. I love Ninja Mac. He's one of my faves. And I hope he can pull off the upset. I really do. But, it's Hiromu. So, it's going to be a tough match. Let's see. We got Tadasuke versus Amakusa. I'm really hoping Amakusa can pick up the victory in this one because I would really love to see him go up against either Hiromu or Ninja Mac. Definitely. That's one thing I will say. Noah has a strong junior division. They have a strong junior division. I know a lot of people may not compare it heavily to New Japan's junior division, but I've always loved what the junior division of Noah has to offer over the years, especially considering, really big on the rivalry between Kenta and Naomichi Marufuji back when they were part of the junior division, which that's pretty much my favorite rivalry in Noah history. So I've always had a spot in my heart for the junior division in Pro Wrestling Noah. But let's see. My pick is Amakusa over Tadasuke. Here's hoping. Hayata versus Ita. This could go either way. This could actually go either way. Shoot. I'm thinking Hayata will probably pull it off, but like I said, Ita could definitely pull this off as well. I mean, Ita's a former champ. But I'll be rooting for Hayata. And then Kai Fujimura versus Shuji Kondo. I don't really give Kai Fujimura a strong chance of winning that match, so I'm going to go with Shuji Kondo. But I'm thinking Final Four, Amakusa, Hayata, Shuji Kondo. And even though I'm rooting for Ninja Mac, I'm sure it's probably going to be Hiromu. So those are my Final Four. But yeah, not semifinals. Quarterfinals will be on November 15th, which the matchup for November 15th is Hiromu versus Ninja Mac and Ita versus Hayata. And then November 16th, Shuji Kondo versus Kai Fujimura and Tadasuke versus Amakusa. So, very loaded quarterfinal matchups to look forward to for the Noah Junior Grand Prix 2025. It's very exciting. It's gotten off to a great start. But yeah, looking forward to the quarterfinals. Okay. All right. Now, let's switch gears to, you know what? Let's go to the Ring of Honor tournament. Let me see if I can pull up the bracket for that. I think I should be able to. Let me see if I can pull this up. Maybe. Here we go. Okay. Let's take a look at the current standings for the ROH Women's Pure Championship Tournament. Let's take a look. Okay, this is how it's looking so far. So far we're one match away from setting up the Final Four. So far, Queen Aminata defeated Taya Valkyrie, although I'm not too sure what Queen Aminata's status is going to be by the time she has her semifinal match, but hopefully she'll be good to go by that time. But she defeated Taya Valkyrie, which is a pretty big win. Just recently, the Virtuosa Deonna Purrazzo defeated Trish Adora in the first round. So we know one semifinal matchup is Queen Aminata versus Deonna Purrazzo. Billy Starks got a big victory over Olympia, which Olympia wasn't that long ago, I believe, challenged Mercedes Moné for the TBS championship. I believe that. Nah. Or could have been for a CM. I think it was for the CMLL title. It was one of the two. I don't remember, but it was recent. But Billy Starks defeating Olympia to advance to the semis. The final first round match left is Serena Deeb versus Yuka Sakazaki, which, honestly, that could go either way. But I got a feeling for the sake of this, being a pure rules or a pure championship tournament, I got a feeling Serena Deeb will beat Yuka. But, we'll see. But I'm thinking the Final Four, Queen Aminata, Deonna Purrazzo, Billy Starks, and I think it'll be Serena Deeb. Who do I think will win this, will become the inaugural champion? To be honest, I could see it coming down to either Deonna Purrazzo or Serena Deeb. I think one of those two ladies becomes the first ever women's pure champion. And it has already been set in stone that the finals of this tournament will take place at Final Battle in December, which will be December 5th at Columbus, Ohio, at GalaxyCon Columbus. So that should be good. But yeah, I'm thinking it's either going to be Deonna Purrazzo or Serena Deeb. Honestly, you could go either way with either of those two ladies. Both technical wrestlers. I think that would be the suitable finals for this championship tournament. But yeah, that's what they got going in ROH land. Now, let's take a look at the AEW Women's Tag Team Tournament bracket. Let's see. Should be able to pull it up. Okay. Found it. Okay. Here is how the bracket looks so far. Alrighty. So, 2 matches down, 2 to go for the first round. And then we'll have the semis set up. So yeah, Sisters of Sin, that's Sky Blue and Julia Hart, defeated Queen Aminata and Jamie Hayter in the first round. And then, what many may consider an upset, well, at least kind of sort of thanks to Chris Statlander, Willow Nightingale and Harley Cameron defeated the team of Mercedes Moné and Athena to advance to the semifinals. That was big. That was really big. And of course, the 2 remaining first round matches, we got Alex Windsor Riho versus the Timeless Love Bombs and Toni Storm and Mina Shirakawa, which I'm picking the Timeless Love Bombs to win and advance to the semis. And then you got Ty J, that's Ty Mello and Anna J, taking on Megan Bayne and what was originally supposed to be, what was it, Penelope Ford? I believe that's who it originally was supposed to be. But replacement partner ended up being Marina Shafir. So, Marina Shafir, Megan Bayne, that's quite a combo. But who do I think would win? Something tells me that I mean, you would think chemistry-wise Ty J has the advantage, but, I mean, the combo of Marina Shafir and Megan Bayne, that's a dangerous combo. That's a really dangerous combo. So, honestly, I got a feeling that Megan Bayne, Marina Shafir will win, but I would not be mad if Ty J won, considering the chemistry that they have together. But we'll see what happens. We'll see what happens. But I got a feeling overall I think the Timeless Love Bombs are probably going to win the whole tournament. Just with the kind of the story arc that they're going, I think they're going to end up winning the whole tournament. But I would not be mad if some way, somehow, Taijay won the tournament and became the inaugural tag champs. But we shall see. Okay. Now, let's switch gears to World Wonder Ring Stardom, and let's go over the current standings of the 15th Goddesses of Stardom Tag League. Already 3 nights into the tournament, quite a bit has happened. So, let's go ahead and look at the current standings after 3 nights. Alright, here we go. Alright. As usual, we will start off with the Red Goddesses block. Okay. So, right now, sitting at the bottom, we have 2 teams sitting with 0 points. And those teams are God's Eye of Rana Yagami and Hina, and Reckless Fantasy of Waka Tsukiyama and Rion. So let's take a look at God's Eye. Hina and Rana Yagami, ooh, a very rough start for God's Eye. Hina Rana Yagami, 0-3 to start off, 0 points. Losses to BMI 2000, Cosmic Angels, and Seri Miku Kanai. So, oof. And they have 4 matches left, but they got to start winning. They got to start winning. It's the top 3 teams that will advance, so they're still in it, but they need to start winning ASAP if they want to have any chance of making the top 3. All right. Reckless Fantasy, that's Waka Tsukiyama and Rion, 0-2 with losses to Dos Locas de Mexico and Seri Miku Kanai. But they have 5 matches left, so they're still very much in it. Still very much in it. All right. We have 3 teams currently sitting with 2 points apiece. Those 3 teams are BMI 2000, Yuta Mizumori Mei Sera, and Mi Vida Loca. So let's take a look at Mi Vida Loca first. This is Bozilla and Akira Kuragane. Right now, they are 1-1. They got a victory over Yuta Mizumori Mei Sera, but a loss to Dos Locas de Mexico. And they got 5 matches left. But 1-1 so far. Also 1-1 with 2 points is Yuta Mizumori Mei Sera. They got the 1 victory over Seri Miku Kanai, but a loss to Mi Vida Loca. And then we have BMI 2000, the current Goddess of Stardom Tag Team Champions, which that's Natsuko Tora and Rika. They've only had 1 match so far, but they are 1-0, 2 points. Victory over God's Eyes, Hina and Rana Yagami. Alrighty. And we have 3 teams currently sitting at 4 points apiece. They are Cosmic Angels, Dos Locas de Mexico, and Seri Miku Kanai. Alright, let's first off take a look at Seri and Miku Kanai. So they are currently 2-1. With 4 points, they got victories over God's Eye and Reckless Fantasy, but a loss to Unamizumori Meisera. Okay? They got 4 matches left, but not a bad start for them. Dos Locas de Mexico. That's Tioleco and Osita. Same record, 2-1, 4 points. Victories over Reckless Fantasy and Mi Vida Loca, but their 1 loss so far to Cosmic Angels. And then, sitting right now, 2-0 with 4 points, currently undefeated, is Cosmic Angels of Natsupoi and Seriano. So 2-0 with victories over God's Eye and Dos Locas de Mexico. So that's the standings for the Red Goddesses block. Still plenty of tournament matches left, so nothing set in stone yet. But strong starts from Cosmic Angels, Dos Locas de Mexico, and Seri Miku Kanai. And also a strong start for the champs, BMI 2000. Alrighty. Now, let's go to the Blue Goddesses block. Alright, Blue Goddesses. Alrighty. We have 3 teams sitting at the bottom with 0 points apiece. They are Sakurara, Reiwa Tokyo Towers, and Mi Vida Loca. So let's take a look at Mi Vida Loca. That's Suzu, Suzuki, Rina, Yamashita, 0-2 right now, with losses to O2 Line and NXCon. Wow, kind of shocking. I did not expect them to start off 0-2, to be honest with you. But they are 0-2. So, rough start for Mi Vida Loca on the Blue Goddesses block. Same thing for Sakurara, the current New Blood Tag Team Champions, off to a 0-2 start with losses to Hate and the Mega Skyscrapers. So, rough start for the New Blood Tag Champs. And then you have the Reiwa Tokyo Towers, Amisore Lady C. They are 0-1. They've had 1 match, but they open up with a loss to the Mega Skyscrapers. So, rough start, but, only 1 match in. The others are 2 matches in. But still plenty of tournament left. Alright. We have 2 teams right now sitting at 2 points each. And they are O2 Line and Hate. So let's take a look at O2 Line. That's Miyu Amasaki and Azumi. They are currently 1-2 with 2 points. Their 1 victory was over Mi Vida Loca, but they got 2 losses to Stars and NXCon. And then you have Hate, made up of Konami and Rina. They're two-thirds of the Artists of Stardom Trios champions, and of course Konami's the current Wonder of Stardom champion. They have they're 1-0, 2 points, the 1 victory over Sakurara. Okay, and then we have 3 teams currently sitting at 4 points apiece. They are Stars, NXCon, and the Mega Skyscrapers. Alright, let's take a look at NXCon. That's Shuri and Saki Kashima. They are currently 2-1, 2 victories over O2 Line and Mi Vida Loca, but their 1 loss so far to Stars. Alright. The Mega Skyscrapers, that's Hanako and Megan Bain, off to a very strong start with victories. They're 2-0 with victories over Sakurara and the Reiwa Tokyo Towers. So, very strong showing from Hanako and Megan Bayne. And then you have Stars, also 2-0. That's Saya Ida and B. Priestley. They got victories over NXCon and O2 Line. So, strong start for Stars. But yeah. So, those are your standings for the Blue Goddesses block. But now let's look at the next upcoming matches for both blocks. So let's go back to the Red Goddess block. So far, the top 3 teams so far for the Red Goddesses block are Sari Miku Kanai, Dos Locos de Mexico, and Cosmic Angels at the top. Let's see. Next Red Goddesses matches will be, looks like November 12th. Let's see what we got. Cosmic Angels versus Yuna Mizumori, Mei Sarah. That should be interesting. See how Yuna and Mei can combat against Cosmic Angels. Let's see. We got BMI 2000 versus Sari Miku Kanai. That ought to be an interesting one. That one could probably go either way. And let's see. So those are the next matches for and then we'll do November 13th as well, since it's 2 back-to-back days. So November 13th, Reckless Fantasy versus Yuna Mizumori, Mei Sarah. Okay. Probably give that one to Unamon and Mei Sarah. And you got, let's see. You got Mi Vida Loca versus Sari Miku Kanai. That should be an interesting matchup. So, wow, the matches for the 12th and 13th for the Red Goddesses block, it's a big deal. Those are some interesting matchups. So, yeah, November 12th and the 13th, which is Wednesday and Thursday, I believe. All right, Blue Goddesses block. So, let's see. Okay, they also got matches on the 12th and 13th. And so far, the top 3 right now in the Blue Goddesses block would be, you got NXCon, and you got a tie at the top between the Mega Skyscrapers and Stars. So, let's see. The next matches. Stars versus Reiwa Tokyo Towers. That should be that'll be a tough test for Reiwa Tokyo Towers, but I got a feeling they could be the ones to give Stars their first loss. Here's hoping. Let's see. We got, let's see. Sakurara versus Mi Vida Loca. A battle between 0 and 2 teams. Now that's a very crucial matchup. Let's see. Back to November 12th, we got NXCon versus Hate. That should be a good match. Let's see. The 13th, you got O2 Line versus Hate as well. So, okay. Nice. But yeah, those are the next upcoming matchups for the 15th Goddesses of Stardom Tag League, which, let me check, because I think the 12th and 13th will be live streamed. Let me actually double check. Stardom World. I think they'll both be live streamed. So the 12th, yes, 12th, 13th, 15th, and 16th. Those will be live streamed. Okay, so for the 12th, they'll be in Sendai. And the 13th, they'll be at Hachinohe. And then on the 15th and 16th, they'll be in Sapporo. So, those are the next 4 days of matches for the 15th Goddesses of Stardom Tag League. But yeah, off to quite an interesting start, that's for sure. Okay. Let's see. Well, now I want to finish off with some very devastating news. Very devastating. It really sucks that it came down to this, but yeah. So, indie pro wrestling promotion that is very dear to my heart, especially considering they're based in my home state of North Carolina, had some unfortunate news that came out last night. And this was just yesterday evening, which was a day after their most recent show that they did in Cary, which was DPW Cary Showdown 2. But here's the post. So, I'm going to read through this and quote. Says, hey everyone, the next DPW event will be our 4th anniversary event in Cary, North Carolina on Friday, December 12th. We will run one more event in Japan in 2026, but this will be the final DPW event for the foreseeable future. We have decided to make the event a fundraiser event to help families in the area as we close the 2025 holiday season and headed to the new year. All tickets to the event will be $1, plus Eventbrite fees and tax, to allow anyone who has ever wanted to attend a DPW event the ability to do so. There will be an option to donate on Eventbrite, and we will be collecting donations at the event. All the money from the gate and donations from December 12th event will be donated to a local North Carolina food bank, the Food Bank of Central and Eastern North Carolina. Deadlock itself will match the gate and donations up to $10,000. The Eventbrite page will go up later this week. It has been an absolute pleasure to produce DPW events these past 4 years. Thank you to all the fans, wrestlers, and everyone behind the scenes that made all this possible. We are extremely proud of what we have accomplished, and we are excited to celebrate with a great anniversary event in December. Thank you for everything. End quotes. And as you can see right here, this December 12th at the Sports HQ in Cary, North Carolina, the Deadlock Pro Wrestling 4th Anniversary Show, which will be their final show in the U.S. And like I said, they're going to do one more show in Japan next year. But this is it, y'all. It's heartbreaking. I have been to 34. I've been to 34 DPW shows. And of course, next month will be number 35 for me. 34 shows, which one of them I did go to out of North Carolina, out of state, which was the Vegas show earlier this year. I did go to that, which was a lot of fun. Blood Money, welcome to the stream. Dang, DPW is going on hiatus. Yeah. Trust me, it's everywhere on social media is blowing up about it. Like, it's hitting hard. Like, it's been quote tweeted, quote slash reposted 2.1K, and yeah, a lot of responses. Blood Money says December 12th is the last event of DPW in the U.S. Would you go there, Blitz? Of course. Blood Money. I'm from North Carolina, so I've been to 34 shows, bro. They're based in my home state, so yeah, I will definitely be there. So I don't know if you caught that part, but yeah, I'm from North Carolina, so yeah, I will definitely be there. But yeah, just it's heartbreaking. It's heartbreaking. And what really sucks is, I mean, we just recently got the announcement that Prestige Pro Wrestling went on hiatus. Kitsune Women's Pro Wrestling went on hiatus. And now, soon to be DPW, Deadlock Pro Wrestling. Man, the states definitely are taking a hit. Definitely taking a hit in the indie scene. It just, it sucks. It really, really sucks. But, you know what? I hope this is a see you later and not a goodbye forever. Hey, Tom. Welcome to the stream. Good to see you. But I'm really hoping this is a see you later. There's no telling really what made them decide this. I mean, I don't know if it was due to burnout or due to, lack of finances. I don't know. But it just goes to show, like, it takes a lot running a indie promotion or any pro wrestling promotion, And I can only imagine, the difficulties, multiple difficulties, especially when you're competing against other promotions and, other big promotions, mainstream, it just, but, shout out to Tony, James, and John. Like the Deadlock boys, the Deadlock crew, they have done an excellent job. They've done a really excellent job. And, just DPW, man, one of the best promotions in the Carolinas. And just to hear this announcement just really, it's heartbreaking, especially considering I've attended 34 DPW shows, including one in Vegas. Oh, man. Tom says, tough loss for y'all today. Yeah, no kidding. Also, sorry to hear about DPW. I know how much you were a fan and support it now. Oh, yeah. Yeah, it's heartbreaking. It really is. But you know something? I wanted to come on here and share some memories. I want to share some memories with y'all. So, I want to share some memories of some meet and greets that I have been blessed to have been a part of during my many different appearances through many different DPW shows. So, let me take y'all on a trip and just browse through my meet and greets. So, check it out. So as you can see, many that I've met, and this was from the first DPW show I ever attended, which was DPW Forever a couple of years ago. Got a chance to meet Kid Bandit. So, met Kid Bandit. JD Drake, Anthony Henry, the Workhorsemen. Which, very, very awesome tag team. And, you know, have been former DPW World Tag Team Champs. But yeah, they're doing their thing on ROH AEW. Lady Destroyer herself. And the sole reason that got me to cancel my plans the evening before this show to go to this show, and it paid off and opened me up to DPW, and that's the Lady Destroyer herself, Hiroyo Matsumoto. That's right, got to meet her at the very first DPW show I ever attended, after only finding out about it the day before. So, it was worth canceling my plans to attend this. Absolutely. Yes. Getting a chance to meet the Pink Striker, Miyu Yamashita. First DPW show she was booked for, which was No Pressure. And the cool thing about this, I was actually able to go to the show because I had just recovered from COVID and tested negative. So I was able to recover just in time to make it to this show. So I was very happy. And yeah, met the Pink Striker, Miyu Yamashita. Also met the Phoenix of Osaka, which was Miyu Yamashita's opponent for that show. But yeah, Miyu Takase, the Phoenix of Osaka. Met Emi Sakura as well, Queen Emi, which she was really cool. Of course, that was when Choco Pro, decided to invade DPW. Of course, met one half of the Best Bros, Balian Aki, who was really cool to chat with. I love his commentary, especially when he's done commentary with Chris Brooks and also Mr. Haku. So it was really cool meeting Balian Aki. Also got to meet one half of Top Flight, Dante Martin. That's right, he competed at a DPW show. This was at You Already Know, if I remember correctly. But yeah, great show. Glad I got to meet him. Of course, got to meet the Alpha himself when he was still really getting his rounds in the U.S., even through the Indies. That's right, Konosuke Takeshita. Got a chance to see him twice via DPW shows. So, was really, really happy for that. Got to meet the Popping Sugar Rabbit herself, as she was booked for a match against Emi Sakura, somebody that trained her. But yeah, Mizuki was really cool to meet and had quite a reception. Yes, at Victory Lap. She only had one match, one debut at DPW, but it was worth it. Maya Yukihi, that was when she went up against Jungle Kiona, which was really... I did not know about Maya Yukihi at the time, but I love Joshi Pro Wrestling, so I had to meet her, and I'm glad I did. Not to mention, I got to see her again when I went to Japan, So, yeah, it was really nice meeting Maya Yukihi and seeing her wrestle live. And, of course, Jungle Kiona. Was such an honor meeting her. And she's such a sweetheart. She was such a sweetheart. But yeah, this is one of 3 times that I've met Jungle Kiona. And even though, oh man, I look really, oh my goodness. Yes, I blinked a little bit, I know. But meeting Zoe Sky, I definitely wanted to take the advantage, considering that I watched her work back when she wrestled in Stardom. So I definitely had to meet her. Zoe Sky, really, really cool to chat with. And she, you know, she was really happy when she saw me wearing my Stardom shirt. And of course, I had to meet the great and awesome Sumi Sakai, who also wrestled on this show, Victory Lap, DPW Victory Lap. But yeah, the legendary Sumi Sakai, which I know a while back she did retire, but definitely a legend among legends. Ah, yes, meeting the Apple Goblin, Mei Saruga, which she was really cool to meet. She's such a sweetheart, very funny. But yeah, this was when she wrestled Emi Sakura. Of course, getting a chance to meet Speedball Mike Bailey. And this was actually at the Carolina Classic. And the funny thing was, I did not know, and this was how I found out, that him and Veda Scott were married. Because I had known Veda Scott for years, you know, back in her work in Queens of Combat and ROH. But I had no idea she was married to Speedball until that show. So I thought that was pretty funny. But yeah, Speedball Mike Bailey, Veda Scott. Ah, yes, Yuya Uemura, when he also competed at a DPW show, which, by the way, his English was pretty good. Speaks pretty good English. But yeah, it was really cool meeting Yuya Uemura. He went up against Lucky Ali in the Carolina Classic, and that was a great match. But yeah, I was really happy to get a chance to meet Yuya Uemura during his U.S. excursion. And of course, another meet and greet with the beautiful Jungle Kiona. And the third meet and greet with Jungle Kiona in the dark. Oh yeah, Team Choco Pro in the house. That's right. Had to do a group photo with Queen Emi Sakura, Mei Saruga, and Balian Aki. Of course, you know, Mei and Balian make up the best bros. And of course, I'm rocking my Choco Pro shirt. Another picture with the Phoenix of Osaka, Miyuki Takase. And before the show started, I actually did a picture with just the best bros. So it's funny, I was making my way over to my seat, and Mei Saruga saw me wearing my Choco Pro shirt and yelled out to me. So, of course, I had to turn around and go back and meet up with them, so, because she called me out. Of course, another picture with Konosuke Takeshita, which this was at the first anniversary show. This is either the first or second anniversary show. I think it was the first. Yeah, it was the first. Yeah, it was the first anniversary show. Of course, another picture, but this time after Emi Sakura became the second DPW Women's World Champion. So, was there for that live. And of course, Valianaki was ringside with her. Oh, yes. And this was where history was made. That's right. This was where the TJPW Princess Tag Team Championships were defended in DPW. This was when Wasteland War Party, that's Heidi Howitzer, Max the Impaler, were the champs. And yes, they defended them on DPW soil. So, history making there. Was so happy I was there for that. Ah, yes, the bounty hunter, Brian Keith. Instantly became a fan when I saw him debut for DPW. Really great guy. And by the way, he is a Pro Wrestling Noah guy. He likes Pro Wrestling Noah, and I do hope he gets the opportunity to wrestle in a Pro Wrestling Noah ring. He's wrestled in a DDT ring, but I'm hoping he gets his opportunity in Noah. Ah, Space Ninja, Nicole Matthews. This was when she made her DPW debut, and this was just as she was able to finally wrestle again in the States. So I had to take advantage. I've been a fan of her really since, the early indies, and even when she competed in the Mae Young Classic. So I was really happy I got a chance to meet her. Nicole Matthews is really cool and plays a great heel. And how about another meet and greet with the Pink Striker, Miyu Yamashita? Never gets old. Meeting Vert Vixen for the first time. She is such a sweetheart. I really enjoy her work, and I really hope she gets a chance to make it big on one of the mainstream promotions, because Vert Vixen, she is really good. Really, really good. And I love her work. Ah, yes. This is hands down my favorite DPW meet and greet. And I was really honored to experience this. And shout out to the Deadlock crew for making this dream come true. The first ever tag festival I attended, the Magical Sugar Rabbits were supposed to compete, but unfortunately, due to Yuka Sakazaki not being medically cleared, she did not compete, but she still made the trip and still did the meet and greets. And that is so cool, because she did not have to make the trip from Japan, but she did it anyway. And I was so happy. That was the best money spent. Doing the meet and greet with the Magical Sugar Rabbits, Yuka Sakazaki and Mizuki. And they signed my sign. I don't normally make a lot of pro wrestling signs, but I'm glad I did for that show. They saw it and they autographed it. I was so happy. What a dream come true to meet the Magical Sugar Rabbits. And of course, always an honor to meet my favorite tag team of all time, Chris Sabin, Alex Shelley, the Motor City Machine Guns. And that was when they made their DPW debut at Beast Coast. And of course, when they were announced in the first place, I marked out like crazy. So, I was really happy for that. Ah, yes, meeting the Jet, Kevin Knight, wrestled a few shows for DPW. Excellent high flyer. Happy for his success in New Japan, as well as currently AEW. And, of course, meeting the bounty hunter Brian Keith again after he became the DPW national champion. Ah, yes. Getting a chance to meet Killer Kelly. That was actually my second time meeting her. But yeah, met Killer Kelly. Became a big fan of her through the Mae Young Classic. The second Mae Young Classic, when she went up against Meiko Satomura. Instantly became a fan of her. I loved her gimmick. I loved her style. And yeah, pro wrestler from Portugal. Before y'all jump down my throat, yes, I did meet Russian Dynamite, Masha Slamovich. This was before all the stuff went down. Don't burn me. Yes, I did meet her. She was cool then. I hope she learns from her mistakes. I'll leave it at that. Met the West Coast Wrecking Crew as well. Royce Isaacs, Jarrell Nelson. Did a couple of shows for DPW. Also bought one of their shirts. That shirt on the table. I do have that shirt. But yeah, was an honor meeting them. Met the legendary ECW legend Masato Tanaka. Was really cool to be able to meet him. And yes, just he's had a good number of matches in DPW, so definitely was happy to see them book him. Oh yes, of course, met LeBron Cozone, current DPW national champion, and has really done well in DPW. Also, the man, trainer for Firestar Pro Wrestling, also based in North Carolina. But yeah, helped train people like Jackson Drake and Javon Evans. All right, Miyuki Takase, but that was when she became the DPW Women's World Champion when she dethroned Emi Sakura. And that was right before the show. So, that was before the show. And yeah, I got photobombed, I know, in the background. I see ya. Got to meet Smiley Kylie Ray. She is such a sweetheart, by the way. Very cool to chat with. Such a sweetheart. And of course, met the Motor City Machine Guns again. That was back when they were the DPW Tag Team Champions, as well as during the time when Chris Sabin was 10-time X Division Champion, and Alex Shelley was Impact World Champion. Of course, I got to rock those two belts. Ah, yes. Met Robbie Eagles. Of course, he was the Soul of PWA champion, from Australia. One half of the Ichiban Sweet Boys of TMDK with Kosei Fujita. But yeah, Robbie Eagles, big fan of. Really big fan of. Excellent wrestler. Ah, yes. That was my first time meeting you. And I know you was at, I believe, the very first DPW show. It was either first or second. But I didn't get a chance to go to that at the time, so I missed my opportunity. But I was so thankful that they booked her again in the future and got my chance to meet her. Ah, yes, this was when I met Danny Luna, also former DPW Women's World Champion, also part of Subculture. Danny Luna, very cool, very nice to chat with. Ah, yes, Lycos Gym, with Kid Lycos and Lycos 2. Of course, they were from Progress Wrestling. I really enjoyed seeing them back in when I saw them in Philly, and then when they got booked for DPW, I was just like, oh snap! So it was really cool meeting them. Lycos Gym, great tag team. Yes. Of course, few times that DPW has booked the big kaiju Shoko Nakajima. So yeah, I had to take advantage of that. She was really cool to meet. Oh yeah, this was a picture I took with LeBron Cozone, but this was way back before he became DPW National Champion. Oh yes, one of the more recent shows got a chance to meet Lena Cross, and we chatted it up for a while, talking about Sendai Girls and just her dream opponents. She really wants a one-on-one match with Chihiro Hashimoto, and I hope she gets that opportunity. I think she would do great. Oh yes, got to meet Queen Aminata. Of course, she's the current DPW Women's World Champion and has been tearing it up in ROH and AEW. Really happy for her. And got to meet you for the final time. I was very honored to be able to attend her very last show in the U.S. thanks to DPW. And that concludes my slideshow. But yeah, a lot of memories because of DPW. All those meet and greets. So many meet and greets. Man. I mean, from local talent to international talent. I mean, just was very blessed just through supporting this promotion and the many moments of greatness, the many memories. Like, I'm gonna miss DPW. I'm really gonna miss them. And it just, it's tough. It's really tough out there. And I just, it makes me, like, looking at the state of indie wrestling, especially in the States, the way the economy and just everything is, I just hope that a lot of these wrestlers, and even crew as well, like overall backstage crew, commentary, everything like that, I'm hoping that folks can, get on their feet and, continue in their careers, with other indie promotions, or if they make it mainstream, that's great. I'm hoping that things will work out. I mean, I know when it comes to North Carolina, I mean, we still have AML in Winston-Salem. We still have Firestar Pro Wrestling in Greensboro. We still have Ashe Wrestling. They're getting ready to celebrate their second year anniversary. They're mainly based out of Charlotte, North Carolina. Those are a few examples. You have TBD Wrestling that started a little while back from Bojack. That's based out in Jacksonville, North Carolina. So, I mean, you still got some indie promotions in North Carolina still going strong, and hopefully they'll continue to go strong. And hopefully, FWE, based mainly in Cary, or they've done shows in Wake Forest, Cary, I think Durham, Clayton, stuff like that. But I mean, you still got some indie promotions going strong here in the North Carolina. But it's heartbreaking. I mean, seeing Prestige go on hiatus. I think Garden State Pro went on hiatus. a year or two ago. Kitsune just went on hiatus. And now soon to be DPW. And it's kind of a bummer because, they had that relationship, Prestige, DPW, and West Coast Pro, but now looks like it'll just be West Coast Pro, and hopefully West Coast Pro will continue to do well. Of course, they're based out in California, I believe San Francisco. And it's a bummer too with Prestige, because I know Prestige had a relationship with DPW and West Coast Pro, and for a while they had a relationship with Tokyo Joshi Pro Wrestling, but yeah, and I know that West Coast Pro has a relationship with Marvelous, so I know they could still, keep that intact, but, and I know Spark Joshi Pro Wrestling of America, last show they did was in Houston. I went to that show, but, them, Sukiban, which Sukiban is getting ready to do a show in Florida, I believe in December. They just announced that. But it's like, keeping these promotions afloat, especially when the main theme is to, book international talent. You look at Spark. I can imagine it's not always easy, considering you gotta deal with expenses with traveling, visas, lodging, booking. So, it all adds up. It all adds up. So, honestly, it's a bummer. It's really a bummer. And I know Chibi CB, it's a lot of work. It's a lot of work. I don't know the ins and outs, but I can imagine it's a lot of work. So, hopefully they can still, all these other indies can still stay afloat. But, losing Prestige, losing Deadlock, those are big losses for the indie scene. Those are big losses. So, at the end of the day, continue to support indie wrestling. Support your local scenes, especially if you're a fan of pro wrestling, continue to support your indie scenes. And, just hopefully a lot of the wrestlers that really were dependent on these indie shows can still continue to do that. Hopefully they'll get signed to the bigger promotions, get the bigger opportunities and things like that. Hopefully can travel abroad. I know there's many wrestlers that want to get a chance to compete overseas. I hope they get that opportunity. But yeah, this is a big hit to indie pro wrestling. But like I said, I'm hopeful that maybe at some point Prestige can make a comeback. Deadlock can make a comeback. I don't know if they're still going to continue to do the podcast. I'm hoping they'll at least still be able to continue to do the Deadlock podcast. But we'll see. We'll see. But anyway, that's pretty much all that I have for this live stream. But I will be attending the final DPW show in the U.S. Next month. Their 4th anniversary show. I will be there. But yeah, that's all I got. I want to thank everybody for coming through, chatting it up with me. And don't forget to like, follow, subscribe, comment, all of the above. And those that catch the archive of this, let me know what your thoughts were on TJPW All Rise 25. Let me know your thoughts on the current standings of the different tournaments. And let me know your thoughts on the whole Deadlock Pro Wrestling going on hiatus, or just your thoughts on indie wrestling. Is it dying? Let me know your thoughts. But yeah, thank y'all so much for watching. Hope y'all enjoyed this live stream. For Blitzball Champ Gaming, my name is Blitzball Champ Jason Ingram. Hope everybody has a blessed start to the week, and I will see y'all in the next video and our live stream.